So here we are. I'm gonna have to ask you again, how do you pronounce your name?
So I go by Abdel, but my full name is Abdel.
Beautiful.
And like we were just saying before, my experience with meditation, what I was doing was I was going to the mountain, I was hiking, and I'd go to a quiet place that I could be in, but it really didn't matter. If I heard noises, if there was construction going on, I would just still sit there and meditate. And so I moved from doing it not at all to at least 5-10 minutes up to 15 minutes and then 35 minutes. And if I was in a good headspace and I felt like I could do it and I didn't have any distractions and I had patience, I could kind of get to that point where I would see colors and I'd feel good vibrations and I'd feel that energy. When Tim had invited me to the class, he had told me, he's like, this is going to change your life, you really need to do this, you really experience it, it's breath work. I'd heard about it before, but now going to a class was my first time, and pretty much everything that I had experienced while meditating, because it's difficult, and I know it's really difficult for a lot of people because they either don't get into a meditative state or they don't feel the things that they expect to feel, or they feel like they can't get into a state of feeling the way that they're told to feel. This is basically, like I was saying, this is like a rocket right to the destination, is that you immediately get into a meditative state. It's like pushing a button and everything just starts. There's nothing to worry about, there's nothing to think about, it just goes. And so what I felt in this classroom was, I was getting into this meditative state that was almost like 20 times more the experience of what I did just sitting and meditating. I could feel everything, I could feel part of the earth, I could feel this overwhelming sort of joy, to the point where at that point I couldn't even control the tears that are coming out of my eyes. The best way that I can say it is like manufacturing your own happiness. I didn't have any outward source of happiness. It was just happiness and good energy that was cultivated inside of me just by doing the breath work. And when I meditate, you do some breath work, you breathe a little bit out of your nose, and you do a little bit of that, but it really doesn't do anything for you. But when you sit here and you're guided through that meditation, and Greg, especially when you start talking about how you see yourself in a year, what you want to do, and you start thinking about those things, and then you start crying about those things in a joyful way, like almost like you already have it, like it's already there. And that's the same thing happens when you're holding your breath. You're just like, you don't need to breathe. You've always been breathing. And at that point, it lingers with you. I've only done the class twice, but every time I talk about it, even just talking about it now, I get shivers through my body and goosebumps. Cool. And I feel the energy of it. And it's non-stop. It lingers long after the days that you've done it. And I've noticed an improvement when I go to sleep. I notice an improvement when I wake up in the morning. I do the dishes. I clean the house. Like, these are things that I just don't normally do because I would be in a depressed place. Okay. And I wouldn't want to do anything. I'd just be lethargic. And now I feel like I have all this energy. Sex is extremely, extremely better than it was before. I have a lot more stamina and energy. I can go twice, 3 times. It doesn't matter.
Nice.
I have the stamina to do it, and I feel good, and I feel more love and connection.
Yes, exactly.
And that's just from 2 classes. I missed 2 other classes, so I'd really like to do this more. It's really hard to convince people to do this kind of stuff. I can't explain it to you. It's one of those things that if you just do it once, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You'll know the feeling that I'm feeling. You'll see it much, much, much more after even just a couple days a week. I mean, it stays with you. Yeah, it's true. It's an experience that is better left experiencing than describing. But I hope my description helps as best as I can.
Sincerely does, my friend. Sincerely does. Thanks a lot, man. You're the man. Thank you. Perfect.